Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan, and I'm very, very close to admitting that I may have been wrong. Not quite there yet, but I'm getting extremely close. Now, when David Zaslav was initially hired on at HBO, Warner Brothers, whatnot, and everyone really fell in love with him, said he was going to change everything, fix everything. I figured he'd be another Bob Chapek that people would just believe in, and then nothing would happen, and he's just a figurehead and absolutely has zero power whatsoever. But he's been proving me wrong. I'm beginning to have some faith in David Zaslav. Now, I have to wait until we see what he replaces all these canceled shows that we're going to be going over, what he replaces them with. But at this point, he's starting to get my trust, and I have hope for the first time for DC, Warner Brothers, and I have had in many, many years. And it's more than just DC. HBOMax is canceling stuff left and right, and I couldn't even compile it all. It was getting too large of a list. It's just insane how much they're clearing house, and it's exactly what needs to be done at nearly every woke Hollywood studios these days. So it's great to see. They're the ones who are changing first, it looks like, or may have the most potential to be changing first. And they would not have been my first call. And they wouldn't have been my last call either. Disney's definitely going to be the last one to change. But it did surprise me that it was Warner Brothers and HBO that are really making the changes to try to improve themselves and listen to fans. It's not that complicated. So it seems like David Zaslav is the one who's listening to the fans. Now, we got this article here from TV Line, who has compiled most of the cancelated shows that I've heard of. There's a few more that I've gotten other articles. I just want to go over. It's just insane the length of this list. The Wonder Twins, no one actually likes the Wonder Twins. Why do we need a movie? Don't know what that is. Now, the Batgirl one is the really funny one. I am so happy that happened because that was going to be a woke train wreck, and I'm so glad it happened. And the drama around it has been hilarious. And the Batgirl directors came and said that they tried to salvage some of the footage, but it had already been erased. It's like, what the hell? They didn't just cancel this thing. They tried to erase it from existence. It was that bad. David Zaslav disliked it that much, and I really like him for that. That's a ballsy move, and he's got my respect for ordering that. And a few other things. This is another big one. The woke prequel to Batman the Animated Series, one of the best animated series of all time. One of the new J.J. Abrams projects at Warner Brothers is getting canceled. A lot of the J.J. Abrams stuff is getting canceled. Zaslav will earn my trust near implicitly once he fires Jar Jar Abrams, because nothing he's going to make is going to be a positive addition to the DC universe or to Warner Brothers at all. So this woke diversity inclusion first, according to one of the directors' show, is a good thing to cancel because it was going to be a terrible depiction of Batman. And another Jar Jar Abrams deal, don't know what that is, Big D. Chad, that just sounds like an awful show. Good, it's canceled. Snowpiercer, there's a few. CNN Plus, that's the big one. More people were watching Friday Night Tights and Tuesday Night's Main Event than were watching CNN Plus. That's just hilarious. And this is a new one that I just heard about, is apparently there was going to be a preschooler Ellen DeGeneres show that was going to be about lobbying for LGBTQ plus stuff in preschoolers, and HBO Max has canceled it. Ellen DeGeneres is just losing at every turn, getting her awful show canceled, getting all the spin-off stuff she's trying to do after losing her talk show canceled as well. This is such a great thing to see because this is not appropriate for preschoolers. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. And this article actually has some interesting stuff, Glamour. It has a report here from Forbes that says 70% of HBO Max's production staff was cut. Now that I didn't know. I didn't know he was firing people as well. 70%. That is enough for like a drain the swamp. That is cleared house. That is impressive degree of cleaning house that I did not expect. That's the one that really signals that something might be changing. And I do have to wait to see what projects are going to be announced to replace these, how he goes forward with it, if he fires Jar Jar Abrams. But if he announces some good projects that are story and fans first, and if he fires Jar Jar Abrams, I may become a Zaslav supporter. And that is something that I never thought I'd even question about myself. I always believed that he was just going to be another Bob Chapek, but he seems like he's got a backbone, and that's exactly what some Hollywood executives need, is to fight against the woke, to stand for the majority of their fan base, because they just need to make money, and money is not with the wokeness, as is proved time and time again. So 70%, do feel bad. That's a lot of people who lost their job, but if they're responsible for all this shit, they're just not good at their jobs, so you get fired. It's just kind of how it goes. You're not good at your job, you get fired. So not really a whole lot of sympathy, but some really interesting numbers there, and I couldn't be more excited to see wokeness getting purged from HBO Max, and not just wokeness, just poor quality. Sometimes the show isn't woke, it's just shit, and it's still kept alive for whatever reason. He's draining the swamp in so many different ways, and I couldn't be happier. Let's see if he will actually become the hero that we need him to be. So far, I'm still heavily skeptical, but the chance has arisen, and I think it may happen for the first time. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Anon. If you like what I do here and want to see good, compelling stories that Hollywood will no longer give you, check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues. Books 1, Down in Flames, and Book 2, Apocalypse Then, currently on sale. Book 3, Kill the Dark, coming soon.